first thing you want to start off with is a white foundation or a white face paint. If you don't have a white foundation, it's fine, you can just use an ordinary white face paint from a child's face painting set and that will work just the same. With the white face paint or foundation, you want to cover the entire face except for the eyes, and once you get to the hairline, you want to gently feather it so that there isn't a harsh line. Now I'm going to use a black eyeshadow. You can use any kind of black eyeshadow or a black face paint if you prefer. And we're just going to draw a little upside down heart on the chin. So first of all you want to line it, and once you've drawn the outline you're going to fill it in. You're also going to outline the eye, so again you want to outline it first, and it's a lot easier if you outline it first rather than if you go straight in and start shading, because you can mess up at that point. But if you've done the outline you don't have to worry about messing up, and then you can gradually build up the shading. And you also want to fill in your eyebrows at this time too. And then taking a larger brush or your fingers, you can blend it out towards the eye. The nose is a bit of a tricky one, so don't worry if you mess up. First of all you're going to take a small detail brush, and the way to not do it is the way I just did it. If you see on this side of my nose, I bring it out and then I bring it in, but on the other side of my nose I've just gone completely round and it just doesn't look right. So if this happens, wipe it away, recover it with white face paint, and then you want to take the brush and you're going to start from the very top of the nose. You're going to curve inwards a little bit and then outwards to follow the sides of the nostrils so you get this curve instead of a complete and utter C shape. And then you're going to fill it in and make sure that you really fill it in well. Drawing the cheekbone can be a little bit tricky, but what you want to do is you want to really lightly load the brush just so that it puts a little bit of a tint of grey on your skin and not full on black, and you're just going to sketch out the shape, and then once you feel that you've got the shape accurately you just blend it out with your fingers and it will look just as neat as if you've done it all in one swipe. Bring the colour all the way down along the jawline, and it doesn't need to be too harsh. I don't want a super harsh line here, I just want a more defined line but not completely blended out. So whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to run this along my jaw and connect it to the other side. For the lips I'm just going to start at the corner of the mouth and draw a line outwards. And then starting back in the middle I'm going to draw lines from the centre of the lip all the way into the outside of the lip, and in each little gap I'm going to draw a little heart. So on the very end of the line and then between each line I'm going to draw another little heart. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small lip brush and a cherry red lipstick, and in the spaces where I've drawn the hearts I'm going to fill this with a cherry red lipstick, but you could also use face paint if you want, or eyeshadow. And this is the part that makes it easy / cheating. I wanted to do a sugar skull that was very easy to do, that anyone could do, even someone who isn't very artistically inclined. So what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using cupcake decorations, and there's so many different designs that you can get, but this is just the design that I personally preferred. So I'm going to cut off a small section and I'm going to start by using this on the jawline. So I'm just going to start off with black and I'm going to blend it into the shapes. Once I've finished shading in the outlines, I'm just going to remove it and you should have the design left along the jawline. The green eyeshadow, I'm going to be using that little strip that I cut off earlier, and I'm just going to be using this to draw the leaf shapes right around the eyes. So just bit by bit, I'm going to turn it to get the leaves all the way around the eyes, and then using the same red lipstick that I used on the mouth, I'm going to be using that for the roses, and again I'm going to circle the entire eye. Now if you're finding it a little bit hard to get it all the way into the corners, just bend it a little bit so that you can fit it without it poking your eye. Once I've finished filling in the roses, I'm going to be using a gold face paint, but you can also use a gold eyeliner, you could use a gold lipstick as well if you wanted to, but I'm going to be using this because that's what I had to hand. I'm going to be using an art brush just to line all the way around the nose. I'm also going to be lining around the chin and doing swirls around the eyes. The reason I didn't explain what I did on the forehead is because I just didn't like it. I prefer to have the forehead completely free because I feel like there's too much going on with the crown of flowers and the designs on the face, so I just removed that and then reapplied the white face paint wherever I needed to. Whether it was slightly fading, you'll find that with face paint sometimes you need to apply 2 or 3 coats, but other than that, you're done.